Jamie is an amazing, successful residential real estate person. In fact, he just got a big award. The interesting thing and why I invited Jamie to talk about Kolbe is he learned about Kolbe over 20 years ago, and he embraces it in how he does his work. And so I wanted him to talk about two things. One, how he manages himself, understanding his Kolbe score. And two, how does he interact with his clients, understanding and paying attention to what they might need from him. So Jamie, talk about first, just in terms of your own self-awareness, how it's been helpful.
Oh, so it's very helpful actually in time towards time management, because I know that I have a lower score in both fact finder and follow through. So I know that when I need to do tasks which require those skills, that I need to do them in the morning when my energy is higher than in the afternoon when it's lower.
Okay, that's great. Good to know.
Okay.
And then the second part is really the people management part. And I know you're not giving Kolbe to your clients, but you're a really good read of people.
Right.
How do you interact with clients, paying attention to what's going on, not only to your Kolbe score and how that might impact your clients, but also how they might need to solve a problem?
So it's being aware of who your clients are and how they process to a great degree. And what I have to do from my position is adapt to them. I mean, we have a saying in our business that you have to know who your client is. All right. So it's not that I'm giving them a test, but you can deduce certain skill sets just by interacting with people. So, for instance, I've had clients who go through homes with spreadsheets. So those people are really into being a fact finder, right? Because they're writing down every little detail, which is so opposite of my innate nature. So I have to coach, I have to be aware of that, and I have to coach myself into providing them that information. Okay, so when I'm out with them, or before we go out to look at a house, if you will, I purposely force myself to look at a lot of details that in other situations wouldn't be relevant to the client. Okay.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You know, one other piece that I think is intriguing about you, and probably why we're such good friends, we're both big quick starts, right? We're fast, we're very future oriented, we experiment. How do you manage that in the real estate transaction or looking for houses when you probably know really quickly this is the right house for them and they're not there yet?
Well, yes. So that's a way of coaching them through to get them to realize that this is the right house, but it also works in the other way. I know pretty much after the first 30 seconds if it's the wrong house.
And you got to let them
but you have to, right. So depending on who, so it depends on the client, right? So when I have certain clients who are like you and I and have larger quick start scores, I can say to them, oh, this isn't your house. And they'll go, right, it's not our house. Let's move on. Right. But I've also had clients where literally they want to walk through every house. And I tell the story. He was a great guy. He was a very senior level C-suite executive at a major corporation. And he was the nicest guy. He's since retired. And we would go see houses, and literally we would walk in and I'd look at them and go, this really isn't your house. And they'd say, you're right, but we want to see it. And we would walk through the house. We would spend 45 minutes walking through the house that they weren't going to buy. Well, you just have to coach yourself through that. I mean, right. I can't say, oh, let's get out of here. He's in charge. So
if I was going to take away anything, I think what it's given you is a better understanding of who people are. Allow yourself to slow down and meet them where they need to be.
Right.
And not make them wrong for being different than you are.
Oh, no, there's no wrong or right here. There's no wrong or right. I mean, and ultimately my job is to get them to see what's right for them and what's wrong and point out certain things. But absolutely. I mean, it's my job to adapt to them. It's not their job to adapt to me.
And this model has helped you have more
Absolutely.
patience or understand what's going on.
Right. So I understand what's going on. So then I can basically, say to myself, okay, relax. We're going to be here for 45 minutes looking at a house we're not going to buy. Okay.
That's good. All right. Anything else, Jamie, to share?
Uh, no, Susan, that's about it. But it really does help. I mean, it's very, very interesting how it's pretty easy to figure out those skill sets in people after talking to them for a very brief period. And so that makes my job easier with them.
Right. Well, you had a lot of curiosity about Kolbe, and it's been really helpful. And we won't go into detail, but it's also helped you a lot in your personal life.
Correct.
Right. You have more patience there for people that are different than you are.
Right. Right. It's very interesting because I think overall, once you sort of embrace this, you become much more non-judgmental towards other people.
That's the goal, right?
Okay.
What Kolbe says, there's no right or wrong, good or bad. And as human beings, we make others wrong who do it differently than we do.
Right.
And so this sort of opens up the door and goes, oh, that's why they're doing it differently.
Right. Right. And I currently have clients who would be very different. They would be very high in fact finder and follow through and those skill sets that aren't mine, and they're sort of low and quick start. And so I know how to deal with them. I know how to talk to them. I know what they need me to give them and what data points they want to see. And that makes my job easier in that regard.
Yeah, that's great. All right. Thank you so much for spending time. People will love to hear what you have to say and what's helpful to create the success that you're having.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate the time.
Okay.
All right. Talk to you later.